I bought off Amazon for my air rifle the Vokul 2.5 to 10 times zoom and 40 field of vision tactical rifle scope, and this is basically a scope designed for anything from airsoft guns to air rifles to full-on rifles and shotguns. So it's meant to be quite shock-proof. It uses a 20mm Weaver or Picatinny mount, so that's a standard modern rifle mount, and it's got illuminated reticles with either red or green. It's got one of those range adjustment things so you can quick move the reticle around without re-zeroing it, like preset zeros, and it also has a laser on the side, but that's not very good. I've now mounted the scope onto the Crossman Nitro Venom, and I'm just going to quickly zero it in, and then I'll do an accuracy test of the scope. Obviously this is just a quick zeroing, not a efficient full one. Here's the target I used for zeroing. You can see as I zeroed it better it got closer and closer to the middle till it was about perfect. And we now have our fresh target in the holder, and as you can see I'm shooting it from about 10 yards away. I took a few more shots than what were visible here, but I've just cut the video down a bit so you can see the scope on the rifle, me using it. I've now moved the scope slightly more forward on the rifle as I find that's easier to look through with my eye focusing on the crosshairs. And here's the target. My group could have been better, but it was quite windy and I'm using cheap pellets. But the majority of the shots did land sort of quite close to each other in a group, which means the scope's working, but my aim was a bit off. Overall this seems like quite a nice scope. I'll do a proper review of it when I've had a chance to use it more, but the laser sight does seem next to useless. It's not bright enough to be visible even in dim daylight, and it doesn't seem to be lined up very well with the rest of the scope.